Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, shalom to my Akim, YAHAWAH, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. Zechariah chapter 1 verse 15. I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, but they helped forward the affliction. So today's lesson is going to be on these videos that I saw, and well, I'm not going to play them because I just want to get this done quickly so I can go to the next stuff before I forget. But I'll link this in the description. But anyway, basically Esau, with the way Esau works, or the way Esau has set up his society, is very unrighteous and it's very unjust, and as well as unfair, because there are so many things set up that is not just wicked, but it's also like there's no such thing as owning anything for yourself, because the stuff is there's a literal, I think, a law in America that literally states that the American government is allowed to run up in your house and just seize your stuff whenever they feel they want to. Like if you can own a house, you can own a whole bunch of stuff, you paid for all that stuff with your money, but at the end of the day it does not matter because we need this for the national security or whatever BS bullcrap that they can they can either genuinely have, or they could fabricate at the drop of a hat. All right, so that's just something that I wanted to kind of point out and show this, because while I will say in this video that you see on the screen right now, the dude had made a hoverboard and stuff like that, and while technically they didn't really go too much on it, it's kind of seemed like there is still just a kind of like, what's the word, an unnecessary complaint on it, because the stuff is that he was saying that he stopped at the light because he wanted to be fair. He wanted to say, okay, I'm not gonna go and do anything or be petty and stuff like that, where he I guess he could have just gone over and just flown over streets and stuff like that to go do whatever he wants, because he wanted to show off his stuff. He wanted to show off his hoverboard and whatnot. And I thought, okay, that's fair, that's fine. I saw no problem with it. But apparently the U.S. government called him and said, hey, you just violated a law. You're not allowed to land on you're not allowed to land any hovercrafts or flying crafts or whatever on the intersection or a public street and stuff like that, even though he was just trying to like follow the traffic laws and stuff like that. So they basically, this is he got in trouble as a result of this. And this is the type of stuff that kind of pettiness that Esau does, where he's not flying a plane in the stuff. It's just a one single person ride thing, for the sake of I want to be able to use this rather than using what's it called, rather than using what's it called, slacking the thing, rather than using a car. All right, so yeah, like this is where we are at right now with that whole stuff, where Esau it constantly tries to find some reason to mess with people and to say, oh, you're not allowed to do this, oh, you're not allowed to do that, or try to micromanage people's lives and stuff like that, which again, it's like it is a very annoying thing. It's an annoying system to live in, where again, we don't really have much control over the things that we do, and we are subject to, we have to listen to what Esau says, or we have to do it's like we have to do this, then, or X, Y, and Z and whatnot. All right, rather than, okay, well, we should just be able to do whatever we want, because apparently this is the land of the free and whatnot. They claim to say that this is the land of the free, but yet they don't actually push that out. They don't actually do that, because in actuality, when we actually go into the the stuff, they always have these different ways of micromanaging stuff that more so seems to be out of pure pettiness rather than actual concern or actual rules and regulation that should actually actively be put out. All right, and many, if you go online to see a lot more, there's a lots of different people that complain about, oh, the police stopped me for this, the police did that, this and the third, whatever, where you hear so many different stories about the police, about the government, about the whatever. Because that was another thing actually. I think I don't remember if they got arrested for it, but I did hear that it is illegal to collect rainwater in one of the states or in America as a whole. And another thing about that is that it all goes back into self-sufficiency. You're not allowed to be self-sufficient, because the thing, as soon as you become self-sufficient, then they're gonna have to go in there and stop you. And this reminds me of this Jake over here, who I think I did a lesson on this before, where he was trying to make his own gas station off of plastic. So he's using he's using waste, plastic waste to make a whole gas station, to compress it and whatever, and turn it into fuel. And again, like, I haven't heard of anyone stopping him, but keyword yet, but I'm sure that as soon as he gets further into it, he gets deeper into it, and he continues on in his endeavor, I'm sure that there's gonna come a time when they're gonna say, okay, you're not allowed to do this, we're gonna have to stop you, or even worse, they're gonna take his stuff from him rather than just stop it all together. So then, instead of this Jake becoming self-sufficient, they just steal his stuff. They just steal his stuff to take advantage of it instead. Because that's just the way Esau does things, where it's never, oh, we are allowed to do the stuff that we want on our own. Instead, it's okay. We see you doing something good. We see you helping. We see you doing stuff. Let's go steal it. Let's go pay for it. Let's go silence this person so that we can go and make money on it ourselves or whatever. All right, this is how Esau gets down and does things, where it's just like, again, it's like it's that unfair thing of like, there's no, you can never really make it ahead in life without Esau either breathing down your neck or actively stopping you from doing whatever you want to do or what you're trying to do and trying to better your own life. Esau, you're trying to better your own life, and Esau comes in there to stop you, to get in the way. So now let's get into these precepts. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. So anytime, also when it comes to like servants and stuff like that, no man shall redeem you, which is in Deuteronomy chapter 28, with verse 68, where it says no man shall redeem you. Even if you try to redeem yourself, you're getting enough money for all that stuff. You have these different so-called black celebrities, Hispanic celebrities, whatever celebrities and whatnot. Even they don't actually have money to themselves, because I think lots of them are in actuality, I think either they have debt or something like that, or their money is really just being micromanaged by Esau Edom. And again, like, there's no actual like true wealth, I guess, if you want to call it that, when it comes to that, because like he micromanages it, and he basically freezes their accounts whenever they try to do stuff. That's why you got that dude Floyd Mayweather, who was able to send, I don't know how much money, but he sent a whole bunch of relief to Israel, to the country of Israel, not Israelites, but the people that are currently in Israel right now. the J people, he was able to send money to them and help them out, but he can't help his own people out because Esau is going to just basically stop him. He's gonna go in and say, oh, you're not allowed to do this, or he's gonna kill them, or whatever bullshit that he's gonna do. All right, that's basically how he gets down, Slakia. So yeah, like, this is the stuff where we aren't properly able to live a prosperous life, okay, because Esau is micromanages and is able to just go up and jack people's money and stuff like that, right? So yeah, and as a result of that, Slacky, that was another thing where I heard where with these contracts, the way that the contracts are done is by like putting, like, they basically are in debt in the sense of they owe them money, but it's in a sense like you have to you basically owe. They give you like $1 million, for example. You have to make more than $1 million, and then that debt is basically paid and stuff like that. But even then, when let's say let's say Drake, for example, if he makes $10 million, but he only owed $1 million, they're gonna do some sort of thing where they still steal more money from him, and they say, oh, you still owe us money, you still do this, you're under contract, your obligation, this, that, and third, and whatnot, where even though Drake is worth 10 million and whatnot, he's all that money, he will never be able to see all that money. He will never be able to do anything that he actually wants outside of these small little things, because Esau actually has control over all the money, and the money goes to him first, and then they give him any chump change that they allow. All right, so that's basically the thing where we're constantly in that state of perpetual servitude. Okay, it doesn't matter if we're a celebrity, if we're doctors and stuff like that, where they will always stop us. Even Black Wall Street and stuff like that, where when we were thriving, they didn't like that, and they put a stop to it. All right, next, Baruch chapter 3 verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, to be subject to payment according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. Which that's another thing. That's another thing in it as well, where they need us to constantly be paying bills. Oh, you have this student loans, you have this loans, you have XYZ loans, you have bills and stuff like that. You have to pay for your house, you have to pay rent, you have to pay whatever, and that is basically perpetual captivity, because we are supposed to own be able to own our own land, own our own houses, and do stuff like that. We're not supposed to be cramped up in small places like apartment buildings and stuff like that. Like that's something that Esau Slakia. In contrast, Esau basically owns mansions bigger. One Edomite owns a mansion bigger than that has more space than he will ever need, and he's going to do all that shit. He's going to make all these little apartment buildings that we all have to share, where he gets all that stuff, and he says, and then Slakia, and then they will say, oh, we need to do population control, this and third, there's too many people in the world, when in actuality there is enough resources for everyone. But the problem is that he is the one that is hogging all the stuff, while everyone else is poor and starving and stuff like that. All right, so this is how that you have this wicked ruler doing all this, the wickedness that he's doing. And also, let me get this. I believe it's in Isaiah. I could be wrong. No, I thought Proverbs first, but I got it wrong. But Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And this is when it says people, it means everyone, even other Edomites. When they see Esau is in power, they're not happy, because they're not thriving. They're not rejoicing. They're not enjoying their lives because they have to be in servitude as well, just as we are. Next, Isaiah chapter 43 verse 13. Even I am the Lord, and besides me, there is no savior. There is no savior. I have declared and have saved, and I have showed when there was no strange power among you. Therefore ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, that I am Yahawah. Yea, before the day was I am he, and there is none that can deliver out of my hand. I will work, and who shall let it? Okay, so basically, the Lord, YAHAWASHI, gave Esau, Edom, the authority and the power to be able to put us in this terrible situation. And the fact of the matter is that we are not allowed to get out until the Lord decides, okay, it's time for you to get out. Like this is a terrible living situation. And as we read in Zechariah chapter 1 verse 15, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction, meaning that Yahawah, he said, okay, well, this is bad, but they made it worse than what the Lord actually intended, which is in the form of all the stuff that we're living in now, as well as slavery and whatnot. All right. So Psalm chapter 27 verse 14, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. And, this is the main thing to really remember, that even with all the hardships that we're going through, the only way that we will be delivered is through YAHAWASHI delivering us and getting us out of here. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, BaHaShem, YAHAWASHI, BaHaShem, RICANS, the elders and apostles, great millstone, above all, and Shalom.